It's the best podcast you've ever heard. If it's not the best, then it's surely the third in the very niche genre of two guys with a microphone. I assure you we're broken.
We did it, baby.
We sure did.
We're on the other side of episode 50.
Now we just have to wait till episode 100 before we ever do anything like that again.
Even remotely close.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I liked the Office bits, and it really, we got closer to the mockumentary than we ever have.
Yeah, and you know, the amount of effort we put into those bits, I think we could, if we just had a day of doing that, imagine how many bits we would have.
Well, yeah, I mean, we spent, 10 years writing this fucking thing. Like in drunken writing sessions where nothing was actually written down. It was more like powwows about if this is how we were going to do it.
Yes.
You know.
Well, the mockumentary, to clarify, episode 50. Episode 50 happened.
What an achievement. Wow. What an achievement.
We did it. They said we couldn't do it. They said probably there was a 100% chance we couldn't do it, but I showed them there was a 200% chance that we would do it. Never seen anything like it before. 200% increase. 3,000% increase.
We're just breaking all kinds of records. No, it was a very arduous process, and you know, I'm a lazy fuck, so part of that is the problem. The other part of the problem is I have a life outside of this.
Yeah.
And I got stranded in Sri Lanka for 2 weeks hunting Yeti, so I didn't find any.
But you've got the stories and you've got the experience.
Well, and I'm missing several toes now from the frostbite, but I mean, kind of worth.
Well, you know, you can hire Sherpas. But it doesn't mean they actually know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know if that guy was really a Sherpa. Like,
he let you stay in his hut.
Well, that's true.
He let you fuck his wife.
Well, that's also true.
So why don't you show the man a little bit of appreciation? Well, even though you lost some fucking toes, look at those life experiences.
It's true. He was a white guy. And not that there's anything wrong with that. I just, you know, it kind of diminished the experience for me because I wanted a small brown man to... It kind of ruined the immersion of the thing, and then like the immersion is kind of like where you're in it, you know? Like when you're watching a movie and then you start picking at like plot holes, that means the movie's kind of lost you. And that's sort of like the thing. I was like, I mean, we're doing it. We're doing the thing. I'm cucking you and all that. And that's all like part of the plan, right? But then I'm just like, but he's white. Why is he white? You know what I mean? Like it's just in the back of my head the whole time.
Yeah. What was his wife white?
No, she was brown. She was a small brown woman, but I mean, like,
thank God.
She was like 80. I don't know. It was weird.
Huh.
He wasn't. He was like maybe 50. I don't know.
I was gonna say, yeah, you want the authentic experience.
Yeah, I mean, you try to get what you pay for.
I mean, 2 reasons you go to Sri Lanka.
The Sherpas.
Sherpas. Well, the Sherpas and the Yeti hunt.
Right.
And
cucking the Sherpa,
glazing the Sherpa's wife.
Yeah.
Sherpa cream filled.
Sherpa.
It's in the what's that called? It's in the manual.
Yeah.
the brochure. It's in the brochure.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, you got Sri Lanka. You get to climb a mountain.
Then there's just a picture of an old woman with
look for Yeti.
Just
cream-filled Sherpa, and it's like
just like a glazed donut.
It's an old lady, but it's like the picture was taken. She's mid-cough, and her nose is running a little bit.
Well, but you know what they say: black don't crack. And Sherpa, she don't burpa. You know what I'm saying?
And Sherpa know how to slurpa.
Am I right, brother? You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, dude.
No, she was fit. She was pretty fit for a woman of her age. I mean, she could have been older. You know what I mean? I don't know. I didn't really ask, but she was definitely the gray hair, but the smooth skin, hair.
She was 8 foot tall, and she was covered in this thick red hair, and kind of reminded me of an ape man. But
Didn't speak English at all. And her pussy, don't even get me started. It was like 8 inches long, sticking out of her body. I thought she just had a prolapse. Oh my God, Zach! I think it might have been a Yeti.
you get stranded in Sri Lanka and fuck the Yeti.
That wasn't a white guy. That was some kind of alien.
No, the best part, it was all part of the Yeti's plan. It's his buddy Dave.
Just shaved.
Yeah.
They're white underneath. That's why their hair is red.
Oh, shit. Well, cool, man. I forgot what I was going to say. We almost got a spit take.
Just something about, well, cool. You fucked it, yeah. Well, cool, man. That's, good for you. Like, it's just a summer fucking trip story. Well, cool, man. I'm glad that happened for you.
So 50 happened. Was it as big as we said it was going to be? No. Was it perfect? Maybe not. We admitted that at the end of the episode. We say,
they're not all going to be good ones.
And we said we didn't do anything we said we were going to do. Good night, everybody. Something like that. That was the closing lines, right? And you know what? We didn't have to. It's
but we did do one thing we said we were going to do. We've been talking about episode 50 and the reception of it from our loyal fans, beautiful people, loyal fans. The ending is a bit melancholy, no? Do you remember, because it just kind of cuts off and then it goes to you and you're like, we're doing this till the fucking bombs drop. Till the fucking bombs drop. And then it just fades out and then cuts to the outro.
Yeah, the World War III is upon us. we got to stop predicting shit.
It's true.
On this podcast,
yeah, we changed our name to Ultra Meta, then Facebook changes their name to Meta. Other stuff that I can't remember. Apparently, my cousin is in one of the episodes. We might have called him at some point. I don't know if he made it in. Like, that was the thing. He was messaging me the other day, and he was like, "What episode am I in?" And I was like, I have no fucking idea. Like, do you have any idea how little of this podcast I remember? I basically know the highlights. I'm like, bye, cunnilingus, and I'm so fucked I'm sucking my own dick right now. Okay, that's all I remember.
That's so fucked.
Say the line, Zach.
I'm sucking my own dick right now.
Yeah, it's like a sitcom moment. It's entirely possible that he was in an episode while we were recording, and then in the cutting room, like, it just didn't make it in for whatever reason. So sorry about that.
Well, we used to get really drunk and then try to record.
And we didn't try, baby.
And then
we tried to be funny while we were recording.
Well, there were several times where we're like, yeah, let's start over, or this isn't working, or
yeah, there's a couple truly lost episodes, as in they got deleted before I even listened back to them because I remembered how fucked the night was before, and I was like, there's no point in even going through the pain.
I did this. I tried to do a podcast. I think you were there. It was some of the members of the band. It might have been on my birthday one year. It's way before we were doing the channel.
Oh, yeah, I was there. I have it.
It was way before we were doing the channel. I still have it somewhere. But anyways, we're really drunk, and we sound retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, this can never see
the light of day. It's fun to maybe look back after the fact. Actually, that's something we could do. I have one that I'll share on the podcast if you want. Of me trying to do a podcast before the podcast.
Oh, yeah?
And it's super embarrassing for me. And I kept the recording because it's a good reminder of not to do that. I talk about it actually in the Bloodborne, How I Met Your Mother episode.
Yeah.
me and Eric were playing Bloodborne multiplayer, and then I was like, oh man, I got so drunk, and he's making all these really nice points, and then I'm just like, and how do you build a world in D&D when you're trying to DM? What do you do? How do you get in that character's headspace? And I'm like talking over him and like forgetting stuff that he was saying. I'll put it up right now. I don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
Because at this point, it's been long enough. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It can come to light.
Yeah.
I can always cut it out if I don't like it. But I got to find it, so you keep him entertained.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm really good at this. I'm good at solo podcasting.
I mean, I can talk with you. I just mean like I have to find it.
No, I'll talk by myself.
Okay. Found it.
Okay, good.
Oh, here we go.
Different ambitions. How do you cater to that? I'm glad as a DM. I'm really excited about it. And it involves the Dark Tower. Well, if it involves the Dark Tower,
I've never read the fucking Dark Tower. I just know about the Dark Tower. It's like Stephen King. Oh, well, if it involves the Dark Tower.
You go. Oh, well.
I was hammered, and I'm like making mixed drinks like we're on the interstate, and I have like a bottle of whiskey, a Solo cup, and Red Bull, and I'm just like making mixed drinks while he's telling me this. So it's about a 20-minute long recording because it's just we went to a LAN party up in St. Louis, and then while he was driving back, we were already drinking, or I was already drinking while they were up there.
Yes, we don't condone drinking and driving.
No, he was sober. Well, it was St. Patty's weekend one year, and I was like, yeah, I'll go up to St. Louis. Like, we'll play games. We'll have a few beers. Like, the last time we had a LAN party, like, everybody was kind of drinking, but everybody was also staying the night at this guy's house, so
yeah,
it's a little different. And then I was the only one drinking because I was like, I've got a fucking DD, so, I mean, it doesn't matter. But that's when you know you have a problem, like, when you're like, all right, let's get fucked up and play some games, and everybody else is like, let's just play some games. And I'm like,
yeah, oh, wow. Brandon.
I brought an entire handle of whiskey to this 3-hour event.
Yeah, brother, we were actually trying to do shit, but
yeah. Yeah. Oh, we all have stuff to do later. Wow. Well,
didn't get the message.
Fuck me.
Fuck. All right. So I'm cool to drink.
Point being, even though
as you're like already drinking.
Yeah, so I have the drink in my hand. I'm like stirring it. So like, this is cool with you guys. Nobody's gonna judge me.
And then it cuts away to them, and they're like, "Yeah, man, I guess it's just we just can't drink, buddy." And then you're like, "Okay," and it cuts back to you, and you're like topping it off with more fucking whiskey. You're like,
Go on.
This is good because I wasn't going to stop anyways. You're just like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and they're just mixing your drink in the bathroom. And since you're like, well, they don't want me drinking here, so you're slamming it in the bathroom.
Yeah,
and you're gone for 2 hours, and they go, where the fuck's Brandon?
Yeah,
and then they go and find you. And you're sleeping on the toilet.
Yeah.
And then their dad takes a picture of you.
And then shows them. And then everybody kind of laughs. And then later he has a moment of clarity and realizes that he's essentially created what is essentially.
Well, let's be fair. There was no.
There's no sexual intention. It is kind of just a funny thing.
There were no genitals in the picture. He took it perfect. But you were a teenage boy.
Yeah.
With your pants around his ankles, passed out
and somebody's father
on the toilet.
Yeah.
And somebody's father said, "Oh my God,
this is hilarious. Let me go get my camera." He said, "Stay right there." He was yelling. I didn't wake up. I just
love it. Like, I woke up and he's like, "Hey, Zach, check this out." And then I laughed and I was like, "Oh my God, Brandon, look." And you were like, "Oh, that's crazy, man." You were probably hungover too. Like, oh, God.
Yeah. I miss the good old days when a hangover was just like, I'm still drunk, but I have no negative downsides from the previous night.
But it's funny because, like, I don't remember when I asked him about it, but I was like, "Hey, Dad, do you still have that picture of Brandon?" And he was like, "No." That was a bad idea.
Funny story, Zach. Your mother found the picture. I had to have a very interesting conversation with her about why I had that picture.
He probably showed it to one of my brothers, and they were like, hey man,
that's really funny,
that's
but also,
funny, but you probably shouldn't have that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, not your dad, but this hypothetical person.
So hypothetically,
yeah. Him working
hypothetically,
this hypothetical guy that works at a school.
Yeah,
it could be a bad look.
But hypothetically, Brandon, I got my hands on that picture.
Oh, for real?
Well, hypothetically, would it be bad for me to own it, even though it's teenage you?
No, you have my permission to own it.
But does it really work that way?
Yeah,
like retroactively.
Yeah.
Again, it's no nudity. We're talking about teenage Brandon sitting on my toilet with his pants. Full disclosure, I don't actually have the photo.
Well,
I just wish it could be like, and here it is.
Yeah. I would put it up. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think
and then someone goes, you can't do that. And you're like, fuck you, fuckface, it's me.
I own it. It's my fucking picture.
Those are my bright white legs, baby.
Hypothetically, there's probably pictures of my underage penis floating around somewhere on somebody's phone. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, mine exists somewhere.
Yeah, so it's like, what's worse, my actual dick and balls, or just like a very funny shot of me completely passed out on a toilet with no nudity whatsoever?
Yeah, dude. Hey, all those role-playing chat rooms. Oh my god.
Yeah. Man, the internet used to be fucking crazy.
Wild Wild West.
Yeah. I know I have at least 50 pictures of my penis somewhere.
You could get Dragon Ball Z porn on LimeWire.
Yeah. You could find porn you wouldn't even believe. Dude, you wouldn't even believe. Just like the craziest animation, like there'd be like, it was like crossover porn before crossover porn existed, where like if Peter Griffin is like nailing Goku or something, and you're like, this is wild.
I loved whenever they would use parts of the real show.
Yeah, and intercut it.
And then they would, like, in the show, they would start taking off their clothes, and they would intercut it, and all of a sudden, like, the animation quality would drop severely.
Yeah. Until some of those channels.
Wow, Chi-Chi, what are you doing in here? I'm trying to take a bath.
Yeah. Some of those people got pretty good at it. Like, some of them figured out, I don't know if it was just the availability of software, but there's some pretty convincing edits that look like just like the show. Like that, I don't know.
The thing that threw me off is even whenever they had it look like the show, the frames of animation they would actually
be too smooth.
They would use like
30 instead of 24 or something.
Yeah, and it would really just be like a few different frames.
Like you could tell.
Like the movements were like they're just repeating the same thing.
But it was very accurate for like something that is essentially fan made, because you have to be a fan of something to make porn of it.
And I always thought they got the colors wrong.
Yeah, they were a little too vibrant, or like maybe RGB. Mm-hmm, that could be like something to do with transference.
But imagine they were such a fan, they're like, I really want to do this. I'm going to spend days doing this.
Weeks.
And they probably had to stop to beat off while doing it because like, oh, this is getting kind of hot.
I have you ever drawn porn?
Oh my God. Of course I have. I'm a man.
Well, I know, but I find it very difficult to be aroused by my own pornographic drawings.
Really? Even when you do good?
Yeah. I'm a fairly decent artist.
Sometimes,
but it's like,
sometimes at the end of it, I'm like,
now it's time to beat off on this and throw it away, because now I'm going to be ashamed of it afterwards.
So when I'm done with it and it's good, I'm like, oh, fuck. Damn. That is what I like. I drew that.
Hell yeah.
I drew what I liked.
No, that was always my thing. I was like, I would probably be really good at drawing pornography as like a profession, sans the shame, but because I find it difficult to erotic or sexualize it, I guess, versus like somebody else's drawing, even worse than mine. I'm like, oh fuck, oh my God. The cartoon character, it's pretty cool. Can you get out of the room?
Francine.
Oh
my God.
Is this a unique experience for me? Did you watch porn with your friends?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if we've ever watched porn together. Maybe we have on the channel, but that's like a bit.
No, we've drunkenly watched porn.
Yeah, but I had an experience with one friend where I was in a computer chair and I was showing him my like porn sites. I was like, if you go on newgrounds.com, you can find Raven getting fucked in the ass by Slade. And I'm showing him this video, and then I just feel like the chair, like he's grabbing onto the chair behind me, and it's like rocking. And I was like, this is not how this normally goes. It's like, I don't think we're supposed to beat off in the same room. I was just showing it to you so you could beat off on your own later. Jesus.
Yeah, dude, come on. Come on, bro.
I didn't turn around, so I don't know if that's what was happening, but the rhythmic tapping or rocking of the chair eventually stopped, and then he walked out of the room, and I was like, okay, time to turn that off, and I think I want to go home now.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, Brandon's pretty rad.
It's just the back of the fucking computer chair.
He's my good friend. That was his target.
He's like, it's not going on him. It's fine.
You know, it's the animalistic nature, the monkey brain. He's like, that's hot. I have to fix this problem now.
Well, I mean, I'd never, okay, so imagine you're not like straight edge, but like the most erotic thing you've ever seen is maybe in video games or movies. You've never seen an actual porn before, and now your friend is showing it to you, and you're in a very hormonal teenage state. It's like, yeah, I could see how I might have enticed you into masturbating behind me, but also, hey man, I didn't know that was going to happen.
So what you failed to do, Brandon, was establish some ground rules. Now, hey, listen, man, I'm gonna show you something really fucking cool, but you can't jack the shit out of your dick.
Cannot jack off in front of me yet.
Just whenever you think you're ready, I'll leave.
Yeah. Dude, this is your house. Like, you could definitely like.
Also, from experience, dude, don't finish on the screen
or the keyboard or anything that you care about.
You will not get it all the way clean, and it will stink.
And it will show up with a black light. So if you ever get into that phase of your teenage years where everybody had a fucking black light.
So anyways, here's Beast Boy and Starfire.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yep.
here's
he is a rhino right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here's Futanari Marge Simpson just plowing the fuck out of Homer. Good luck with that. just the most fucked up shit that you could just find readily available.
One time, me and my friends decided it's not gay to watch porn in the same room.
No, I don't think so.
And then we decided...
What's the difference between that and a titty bar?
Well, then we decided it's not gay to jerk off in the same room. And
not technically. It's just as long as your eyes are on the screen and not each other's
that's
dicks.
what we established. We said it's not like we're watching each other jack off.
Yeah.
We're trying...
Until one guy...
We're trying to watch this... Well,
wandering eyes.
So, I didn't have, like, unscented lotion... at the time, right?
Just smells like lavender in there.
So we got the bright idea. Let's use it was either body wash or shampoo.
Oh fuck!
That it lasted about 2 minutes. We ended up running to the bathroom because our dicks were on fire.
Yep.
And we all jumped in the shower together to wash our dicks.
And then it got really gay.
So ultimately, we did something pretty gay.
Yeah.
And we embarrassingly put soap in our penises, and then we all thought we were gonna just watch a porn and not watch each other jack off. We ended up like watching each other clean our dicks.
Yeah.
So,
but the thing
you
is,
you learn because now I know not to jack off with soap and or shampoo.
True.
And I also know if I'm going to jerk off in a group setting, one, we should have been way more prepared than this last minute.
It's not a spur of the moment thing. You guys want to jack off?
One time as a teenage boy, I had a buddy showed me a porn that he stole from his stepdad, and we were watching it, and it was a fine film. I was enjoying myself, and he just kind of broke the tension's not the word. It just made it kind of weird. He's like, dude, I'd be beaten off so hard if you weren't here right now. And I was just like, yeah, buddy, me too. I'm beating off on the inside. You know, but
well, and the thing that okay,
I think he was looking for an end.
Yeah, right. That's what we're all doing, right?
Let's both beat off.
Yeah, dude,
here, I'll do it for you.
I would be jacking off. Like, would you be jacking off? Is this something you jack off to? No, logistically, you don't think about it, but it's like somebody's gonna come first.
Yeah,
and if you guys come at the same time, that's also a little gay.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like somebody's gonna come first, and then the post wank shame is gonna wash over you, and you're gonna just be sitting there with your dick in your hand, covered in your own cum, and you're gonna be going,
and even like,
why did I agree to do this?
Yeah, and
the longer it takes for him to finish after that, the worse it gets, because it's like at some point you just got to get up and walk away. Like if you're gonna fucking sit there and jack off for 30 more minutes, I'm gonna have to go home. Like,
yeah. You never know what you're gonna run into. That's the problem. It's so.
Best practice, don't do it unless you're into that.
Even the stuff you have to open yourself up to is like, okay, consenting adults 3-way, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. 2 women, two guys, in a chick, whatever. There's gonna be like. It's going to be a lot of firsts for everybody.
Yeah.
And you're all just going to have to pretend like you know what's going on, or you establish those ground rules that I brought up. And it does typically end with sorry, my voice is great. It typically ends with because I would totally know from experience, dude. It typically ends with someone finishes first, and then the other person, you're just all waiting on the last person to finish.
Yeah. Unless it's the girl, because then it's like, well, you could finish yourself off, right?
Yeah.
It's never just a guy alone in the corner jacking off when the other 2 people, the guy and the girl, get up and walk away.
Hold on. It could be a 2-girl situation, and the guy finishes immediately, and then the girls want to keep going. And the guy's like, oh, yeah, this is going to be so hot, I'll watch. And then he reaches into touch, and they slap his hand, and like, you're done here.
Yeah.
You gave us the soy sauce.
There's always that.
You gave us the soy sauce for the crab rangoon, now get out. You gave us the sweet and sour, now leave.
Both of those, I don't like either. I don't like either of those as the sauce of choice.
In the situation where it's 2 guys and a chick, yeah, one guy's just like fucking 2 pumps and finishes immediately, and then the other guy is like, cool, I wish
you didn't do that.
I wish you wouldn't have finished inside of her, but I guess we're here now.
I think Russell Brand has one of the greatest bits on this. I was thinking about it the other day. That's how good it is. It's been fucking, I don't know, 15 years since I fucking heard it. But I was in a threesome with me mate. Yeah. And I accidentally, keyword, got a little bit, key phrase, I accidentally got a little bit of spunk on his leg. And instead of being mature in the most childish act of tit-for-tat retaliation, he goes, oi, fuck you, Russell, and starts fucking jacking off, chasing me around the room.
Like his dick is a spunky war cannon. Fuck yeah, I remember that.
It's one of my favorite lines.
Yeah, it's things
you run that risk too.
It's things you don't think about. Yeah,
you got to be comfortable with getting somebody else's bodily fluids on you.
Bodily fluids, you guys are going to be touching.
You're gonna have those meet cute moments where your balls touch, and you're gonna be like, well, there's a woman between us, so it's not technically gay, but my balls are touching your balls. So.
Yeah, in the room, might get a little slippery, so you start to slip, but he catches you.
Yeah, and it's like kind of nice.
And then you get weird. Thank you. And it's like a warm embrace.
Yeah,
and he kind of smiles like he's got a cute smile.
Yeah.
Gives you a cute little smile.
And what should be like a brotherhood of love kind of moment.
And he's like rubbing your back and helps you put it back in, and you're like, God, thanks, man.
That was really
and he's
nice.
Like, I got you. And then he kind of.
But then you internalize.
Yeah, and then you're like, I should do something for him.
Right.
And
then maybe you put like
you see sweat.
Okay, yeah.
You see sweat.
Right.
Yeah,
see, this is the thing. I would have faux pas there because I was like, I'll do, and then you like go for his butthole.
Well, you don't want it. You don't
But then he slaps your hand away.
Oh, yeah, you don't know that was his intention, right? So maybe he's got like some sweat on his brow. So you reach up and you gently get the sweat.
Maybe
for him.
brush the hair out of his eyes. For him,
And then
he flashes you another smile, and then you feel warm, and then like your strokes aren't hitting as right, and
Yeah, and then next thing you know, the girl hasn't even been there for an hour. She left. She was done. She had to get back to her waitressing job. And you're still there with the guy.
Yeah. Wow. We should write porn, dude. That was hot. I'm learning, apparently, according to my sources online, that women's literature culture is essentially just smut. Which we all know this from like 50 Shades of Grey. It was one of the best-selling novels of all time. Like when you read it, it's just sex scenes. It's just sex scene followed by some like setup for a foreplay and then sex scene, essentially, is what I understand. I know there's some kind of plot involved, but it's sort of like a back seat to the real story. The real reason for everybody being there is the smut.
Yeah. The real trick is, all right, how do we get this vehicle moving to get back to the sex?
Yeah. And also not getting... We dabble in writing. I was going to say we're both writers, but...
we both dabble in sex.
Yeah. We're dabblers. With I think the trick is not to get too creative with your metaphors, where like you're like, he stabbed her with his meat lance in her wet folds. It's like wet folds is not erotic,
but you would be surprised because that is still happening in modern smut.
No, that's what I mean. But it's like people point that out as like stuff that pulls, again, bringing it full circle, pulls people out of the immersion.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I'm like, flicking my fucking pussy over here. oh yeah, wow, this is hot. And then you hear the word meat folds, and you go,
Well, we should write the first like bro smut. That's just like and he was fucking a tight Latina pussy with a fat ass.
Yeah, and she's got a great ass. Have Al Pacino do the audiobook.
The audiobook.
She's got huge tits and a great ass. Yeah. Anyways, that's a great idea.
All right.
I love it.
Well, I also want to touch back. We are writers, Brendan.
I want to agree, so I will. Yeah, we are.
Do we podcast?
Yeah.
We're podcasters. Do we write things?
Yeah.
We're writers.
I know.
Do we act?
Sometimes.
We're actors. We are doing those things just because,
we're inconsistent.
Just because that isn't our full-time job doesn't mean that's not what we are,
There are, what do they say? A man has multitudes. One man is many men. All men are knights, Zach. Have you seen A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms?
No.
That's a line from the show.
No?
It's on HBO. It's really good.
Is that the Game of Thrones show?
It's the Game of Thrones spinoff, and it's really fucking good, dude. It made me like Game of Thrones again.
Well, that's good because I have this Game of Thrones chest tattoo that I have to live with.
Well, to be fair, it is also just a sick tattoo.
You think my tattoo is sick?
Yeah, dude. I think it rips. I think it exists outside of the show. It extends beyond the show.
What about my fucked up tummy tattoo that I have to live with?
I think it's great.
I need to get it covered or...
I like symbolism.
I want it. Well, it's just crooked and it's wrong. Also,
but
they got the tattoo. So
are my teeth. What are you gonna do?
What
about
if I got it removed and then just redone?
I mean, you could, but what if
It would only cost me $3,000 in total.
Not bad. Just write it off. You can use the business account.
I could steal that money.
Well, you could, but I mean, I'm giving you permission to use legitimate financial pathways that we have access to.
Okay, yeah. For legal reasons, I'll say yeah.
Okay. Just got to make a note here real quick. Remind Sandra to change passwords on business accounts. It's unrelated. Just it's that time of the, we do the semi-annual security stuff with the passwords and things. I'll make sure Sandra gets you a copy.
Yeah, with the share Folgers, and we got
yeah.
Spreadsheets are looking nice though. Dude, Colton was like, I hate that bit. He's like, I love that bit, but I fucking hate that bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me tell you something, brother. I love that bit.
Well, we've got like a 300 pair chin profit, so that one doesn't work. I need one for percent. I think percent would be a good one. Percent.
Percocet?
Dude, we're up like 100%.
Dude, we're up like 100 Percocet.
Percocet? Yeah, like the circle with the slash and the smaller circle.
Yeah, 100 Percocet. Maybe it's reaching.
Perchance. Dude, we're up 100 perchins. No.
We're up 100%. I mean, those guys smell really good.
I don't know. There's a lot of business terms that I think are ripe for puns. So we'll work on it. Who didn't like that bit?
Colton. Well, he did like it.
Naughty
He liked
boy.
it. He liked it, but he didn't like it.
Now we're addressing Colton.
Hi, Colton. You're probably listening to my smooth voice at work right now. And you're sitting right next to me and you're going, the thing you said. And I'm going, yes, I remember. And I'll probably say something like, I really liked this part in my own podcast. And you'll say, yes, and this part. And then I'll say, but what about that dick joke? And you're going to go, yes, Zach, very good dick joke. And then I'm going to go, Stone Cold E.T. wants a couple cheeseburgers. Here's one thing Stone Cold E.T. likes to do. Eat a couple cheeseburgers and whoop some ass. Oh, hell yeah. And you'll say, cup of cheeseburgers. And then we'll all laugh.
Yeah. Hi, Colton. This is Landon. I'm coming for that booty. I'm gonna get it. I don't know one way or another. I've already got the locks to your house.
Oh my God. Well, Colton, it seems Landon has taken a liking to you.
Landon, I thought you were just gonna sit in. I didn't know you were gonna be on mic today. That's a little weird. Not gonna lie. Fuck you. Okay.
Classic Landon. All right.
And he's leaving. And he's getting up and walking away. That was all you had to say? We got to the point, like, we were talking about jacking each other. Whatever.
I cut the mic. It's unplugged. Even if he comes back, he's going to have to...
I didn't even know his mic was on.
It's going to have to get really personal.
Well, it's normally just...
He just wanted to... He said I just wanted to sit in and listen today. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Like, you're always welcome. Yeah. And then he's been doing that lately, like, more like... He's been, like, doing... I don't know, like, if we want to... Maybe like get a private investigator or something to look into that. Just his person... Because I don't know. There's been, like, a lot of guys in and out of his house. Like, in his house. I don't ever really see him leave.
Huh. But how close are you watching him? Because...
he's my brother, but it's not like I see him every day. But it's just like...
Yeah.
When I drive by to get to work, it's like... There's a different car there, but... You know what I mean? Like, I'm not seeing these guys leave.
So are all the cars staying too?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
or maybe he's got. Maybe it's
we
like,
do pay him well, but it's like 6 different cars, really?
But he is single, and you know how the single life can be.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a 2-bedroom. Like, what's...
Well, I had it was technically a 2-bedroom apartment, duplex, and I had fucking 2 buddies living with me. It was me and my girlfriend in one room. I had a buddy in the second room, and then the third buddy just slept on the couch. So I mean, there's options, and I'm
not saying it's unheard of. It's just with the stuff he was saying about having the keys to the, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. If it's a bit, it's funny, but if it's like, you know what I mean? If it's real, it's like, that's kind of weird.
Well, yeah, like I said though, like how close are you watching him? Because
I'm not. He's a grown man. I've kids and a wife.
We were hanging out earlier. We were gonna play some cards, and my kid walked in, and I didn't even fucking see him. And you were like, "Yeah, your kid walked in, came home already." And I was like,
this is true.
Fucking news to me, brother.
This is true.
Yeah, he had to walk right by me, mind you, and I didn't even notice him. So,
yeah. I don't know. But yeah, Colton, you're a good lad. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us in the bits and the gags and the ha-has and the funnies. We're at the 42-minute mark. So now's where we get really serious. Like always in every podcast.
It's pretty impressive that it's pretty impressive that we record and feels like no time has passed, and then next thing you know, it's been 42 minutes, and
yeah, I wish we could have. We haven't hung out in 2 months, really.
So much to talk about,
and just the conversations earlier when we were playing Magic, and just the stuff. Just, what do you call it? Like, maybe not introductions because we know each other, but it's like the beginning of the hang, all the stuff that comes out and all the laughs we had. Your son has an insane a commander deck that he tried to like convince us wasn't that strong, and then literally would take fucking like 10-minute turns because of all the triggers he had.
They were longer than 10 minutes sometimes.
Sometimes,
and
yeah.
It was, so it's frustrating for me.
To a point where you might call it stalling because he knew, like, well, I'm just going to lose. Like, I'm going to do everything I possibly can and then lose next turn.
To be fair, he was trying to take advantage of the card draw.
For sure, yeah.
He was trying to get he's got card advantage. So if he kept going, it would
potentially something could have happened.
If it kept going and he kept hitting his lands, he could keep drawing basically.
Yeah.
And he was basically top decking because he couldn't keep shit in his hand.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the way the deck works, and it's fine. But we weren't really playing competitive decks, and I would call that deck highly competitive.
Oh yeah, I think.
I don't know. I wouldn't call it quite like the new bracket system. It wouldn't be like a level 5, but it's probably a fucking level 4 deck just from how well it ramps up, and because you can take a fucking 20-minute turn.
Yeah.
Because shit keeps triggering and it's a loop, and somehow, mind you, he's not milling himself taking a fucking 20-minute turn because it's like one card at a time.
Yeah. Well, and it's an interesting concept of a deck.
The real thing he was missing in that he never pulled, so I don't know if he has it, is with that much mana,
you need some big
cards. Pulling out something big to actually be a board threat, or pulling out a board wipe.
Or well, his commander doesn't have red in it, but I was going to say just something that gives you spend X mana, deal
where's the
damage.
Removal in the deck? Because that deck is so good at establishing your ramp and your board state. The problem is like, let's say you build up.
He had to have had like 40 to 50 mana on the board at one point.
Yeah, so I was just getting frustrated because I wasn't drawing mana in the first round. that we played. Well, the first game, not even the first.
He was mogging you. He was mana mogging you.
So the first game, I wasn't drawing shit, so I effectively didn't get to play, and he's sitting there taking 20-minute turns, and I'm just like, dude, I just wanted to play some fucking Magic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think your total play time today was closer to like 15 minutes.
It was very frustrating. Now the second game, I got to play my Turtles deck. And to be fair, you guys let me play an incomplete deck. It was 97 out of 100 cards.
It works though,
and it's good. It's going to be good. It'll be better whenever it's a full 4-player Commander game, and it'll be better when I'm not up against 2 decks that steal, because effectively, Brandon played a card that was really big, and Halen was able to copy it not once but twice.
Twice, yeah.
And
and both his decks had great mana ramp. Like I was getting good draws for mana, but like his was fetching, and his was working. You know, I think you just got some bad draws on your first couple hands. So
I had good mana. I had good cards. The problem is I was getting milled a lot, and a lot of the stuff that would have helped me continue to progress in the game was getting thrown in my graveyard. And then whenever, like, I had a full hand, I'd draw, and it just wouldn't be. And
you end up discarding these cards. Yeah,
it just wouldn't be what I needed. So the deck performed as it should. However, the
luck of the draw was not in your favor.
This was 3-player Commander, mind you, so it's never going to be as good as 4-player.
Yeah, it's always more lopsided with a 3-player game, because one guy tends to get all the advantage.
Yeah, 4-player, you have a much better chance of establishing your board state, actually doing something. That's
and politicking.
Yes, the most frustrating part about that first game was I just wanted to do something.
Yeah,
and I didn't even get a chance because I couldn't play the fucking game.
Yeah, that is the most unfortunate thing about it, is I wanted to see how your new deck worked, because generally, if I have a Magic question as far as deck building, you're my go-to guy, because you've whipped up, and I don't know if you are, modifying existing deck structures that are known to work or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's like you still took the time to develop and build it, so I would take your advice on it because they work.
Yeah.
But like your dinosaur deck from Ikoria, or your fling deck from maybe Zendikar.
There's templates you can look up, but like if it's standard, and especially if it's something I built on Arena, like I made that shit up myself just for.
Well, yeah, you go for insane angles that I would never even think of.
Well, yeah, I just think that's funny, is like, okay, I can pump up a creature really big, but I don't want to have to worry about going into combat because they could just like fog me or some shit.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to fling this creature at them. And
it's hilarious.
If they counter that spell, if they negate that spell, then I'll just swing in.
Yeah. But the thing I love about your decks is the concept. It's like, if you get too caught up in the technical side, sometimes it's not as fun, because then it's like it's very heady, and like that's why I generally stay away from blue, because blue they just kind of tend to go that way. Like especially Izzets, they've got so many triggers and stuff, but like just the concept of a fling deck is hilarious to me in the context of the game.
Yeah,
like what is happening, role playing scenario, like you're role playing.
Yeah,
as Magic the Gathering was intended to be an extension of D&D, which is a role-playing game. It's like, so you're telling a story with the cards. I'm turning this small creature into a giant creature, and then I'm going to throw it directly at you as the Planeswalker.
Yeah,
for massive damage that's unblockable. Your move.
Yeah, I built
just comical,
I built that deck that was +1/+1 counters, but then I would get insect tokens for how many came out. And then I would have cards that would
double the counters if you're putting counters on, double tokens whenever you're getting tokens.
And so I would just get one insane big creature out of the deal, and then that would create a shit ton of tokens. But then next turn I could double those counters again, which effectively doubled my tokens.
Yeah, you could conceivably have 10, 20 plus power creatures.
I still have
on the field at any one time.
That deck, and it's not in standard anymore. But standard has gotten bigger.
Yeah,
but regardless, I did find out those Ozolith cards that I was using to save the counters from just
Yeah,
disappearing.
the hexproof thing.
They're not hexproof, but they if counters would be removed, they go onto the Ozolith instead.
That's right. Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
at the during combat, I can put them back on to
Just any
a
number of
single
counter-
creature.
oh, on a
It's
single.
I think it's a single creature.
Okay.
Those are worth like $50 or $60 now.
They're a great card.
And
yeah. If anything you can do to save your counters from just going away, because like that's generally the concept of the counter or the counter defensive against counters.
Yeah.
Ironically, is just try to get rid of that creature so those counters go away. So it's like, yeah, you can pump a creature up as much as you want to, but one murder or any other kind of just removal is gonna make those counters go away. And that fucking that Ozolith just I'm gonna save all those and put them on this guy now.
Yeah, that deck also had I had a way to drop indestructible on my creatures.
Yeah. And I thought you had a hexproof. Did you not have that green spirit druid or whatever?
One of the iterations had hexproof. I think that druid is the thing that's hexproof.
Yeah.
But I would have I just had an instant that would be like target creature is indestructible this turn.
Yeah.
And I would drop that shit when they would try to remove. Anyways, the Turtles deck, I just bought the precon for it, but I switched out. I counted 21 cards. So effectively, if you the mana takes up a huge chunk of like the 100 cards.
Yeah.
When you start breaking it down, 21 cards is a huge number to change.
Yeah.
But I think I made some appropriate changes. I think it's way better now. It's worth way more fucking money now.
Well, yeah, that tends to happen when you customize them. Sometimes, I mean, like you have those popper decks and stuff like that where it is intentionally kind of cheaper cards. But what is the concept of the standard precon Turtles deck that they released? I don't know.
So the cool thing about it is there's like a bunch of commander combinations you can do. There's a face card that's called Heroes in a Half Shell. There's Leonardo has to be one of your commanders if you go the partner route. But there's a bunch of different ways you can run it. The main focus is that this deck is going to make tokens and it's going to give you +1/+1 counters. And yeah, so shit like Ozolith works perfect for it. Doubling Season works perfect for it.
And what have you done to, or how have you changed the focus of that?
So there were some cards that didn't synergize. It seems like they were just put in there because they were either big, cool cards or they were like exclusive
to that set.
Yeah, they were designed to be released with the Commander deck.
Sure.
Someone made the comment, it's almost like this was a deck builder's toolkit, and they put all these cool cards you take the deck apart.
Give you ideas.
And then you make your own shit out of those cards. Like Shredder was in the deck, and if he hits... So when he attacks, you create like 2 copies of him, tapped and attacking or something like that, or maybe for each opponent, so maybe 3 copies of him.
Yeah.
When he deals combat damage to you, you lose half your life rounded up or some shit.
Oh Jesus, yeah. Those cards are always great.
And that's not counting his damage. So he deals damage first, and then you lose half.
Yeah.
So let's say you pumped him up with the +1/+1 counters. And he hits you for 20 damage, then you'll lose 10 more life. Like say you were at 40, you'll go to 20, then you drop down to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy shit like that. But it doesn't go with the deck, so I took that out, and there was just more. The focus for my upgrades were just anything that would buff my like ninjas or mutants or whatever.
Yeah.
Anything that synergizes with that. And then the either generating tokens or giving me +1/+1 counters. Yeah, nothing complicated there, but
I liked the deck I was playing today. I think that was the first, or maybe not the first time, but that was maybe the first time that it really started to pop.
Yeah.
But that second or third game we played where I got that horror creature that its power and toughness were equal to the number of total cards in each opponent's graveyard. Such a random card, in my opinion, for the idea of the deck being like a rogue tribal, just to have this random horror in there. But it totally works with the mill.
Yeah,
deal.
it's kind of like
it does synergize on that front, but it's just weird because it's like this is not the win state that you're going for based on the rest of
Yeah.
the concept of the deck, but it totally works.
So the precons will usually, they'll do like something weird. Like they'll have like, here's the main thing the deck does, and here's this offshoot thing the deck does, and sometimes there's even a third thing.
Yeah.
But they'll do that because there's the face commander.
Yeah.
And in this case, he's just it's rogue tribal, so
Yeah.
rogues matter, right? But then there's like another commander in there that you could play where it's like he is stealing from graveyards, if I'm not mistaken. Like he comes in as a copy from
I'll
the
have to
graveyard.
look. Yeah, that's interesting.
And then there's the third thing that it does is there's a fairy commander in that deck, and if she comes out, something matters that gives fairy tokens. So she gets fairy tokens based on what's in the graveyard or how many people whatever it does. It's something like that. So there's like 3 different commanders you can play in the deck, and
I didn't realize that.
and they all do something different. Well, it's kind of like what I said about the turtles thing. If you prefer the concept of
Shredder being the commander, or doing like a dual commander.
Shredder couldn't be the commander because of his color, but like in your case, if you wanted to do fairies or you wanted to do the focus more on the graveyard shit, like that option's there. Yeah, the thing with the rogues and the milling, it really does set you up because, and again, it didn't help that there was like 2 different decks throwing shit into the graveyard.
Yeah, his board state also benefited me. So
yeah, anyways,
getting a bit deep in the weeds.
You mill shit, and now you've got a nice graveyard to play with. So
Yeah.
it makes sense. The thing that I was frustrated with, because I did play with a similar deck, had a lot of the same cards. I wasn't hitting mana, and I was hitting all the high value cards.
Yeah.
And I already knew there was a lot of high mana cards in that deck.
There's a lot of them at 7+. Yeah.
And I was getting frustrated because I wasn't hitting the mana, and all it made me want to do is like, okay, so I just want to run a version of this deck where everything's cheap, and I only need 2 mana to get shit going.
Right, but it's just like it's not out there.
I shouldn't have played. I mulliganed, and it was still a shit hand, but I was like, surely this can't go on forever.
Yeah. Little did you know. Well, and I thought you had a couple cards that you even reshuffled and stuff, like, and then I was milling you, and then you were throwing away land. Yeah, like, I don't know. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
You know, you'll have those where it's like my deck theoretically is better than yours, but I also can't play any of my cards. So there.
Yeah, and again, in a 4-player setting, it would be different against a different deck. Like Krenko feels like he's not that bad if you keep him managed. If 3 people on the board are all agreeing, let's keep Krenko from popping off.
Yeah.
But we've all seen it. No matter how hard you try, in one turn, Krenko can take over the whole fucking board.
Yeah, and make a billion goblin tokens.
And yeah, if you're not careful, it's like a 3-piece infinite combo setup. Like, well, really, if you don't count Krenko, it's a 2-piece infinite combo. But regardless,
Yeah, I mean, and that's just that's the game. You know, sometimes that's the way it goes.
and it's really hard to because I was kind of bringing up like, yeah, you need to play decks that are, you know, similar in power level to each other. But what does that really mean? It's really subjective, and you got to play a lot of games to really see where you're at. Because even if you think your deck is good, like you could be like me today and just have 3 games in a row where I didn't get good till the last game. Like,
And even then, it was just
yeah.
My board state just got insane. But that was the first.
I don't know. Even then, I was getting milled out of my opportunities.
Yeah.
So again, like
It is interesting though how differently all those hands played, because a 100-card deck is like there's so many ways that those cards could play out, and then the strategy totally changes every time.
Some decks aren't good against each other, but that's kind of like I'm not trying to be super competitive.
Yeah.
With Commander, like I'm trying to win, but I don't.
But doing it in a fun way.
Yeah, I don't want to play. I don't necessarily want to be the most overpowered person there. I would like to be prepared, but I wouldn't.
maybe have some back and forth, like let one guy get the upper hand for a moment, then everybody kind of rallies together and fixes the board state.
If I ever play that, if Halen ever wants to play that, he was playing Flubs the Fool. If he ever wants to play that deck again, then he's going to have to play against Kranko or something like
that. Yeah, you got to get something that's of equal rank. You know, Kranko would be good. Maybe a Sliver commander deck.
Yeah, slivers are overpowered. I could definitely hit the damage I need to with like my Godzilla deck, but even then,
you got to get it going.
Those 20-minute turns,
yeah,
it's
brutal.
At least goblins, I could flood the field pretty quick.
You were saying something about him needing like a checklist. I wonder how you would make that work.
He needs a fucking Excel spreadsheet.
That
tells him.
I mean, you're not wrong, but like that would definitely like
because. There was shit going out,
like a flow chart. Like, is this guy out? Okay, have you done this?
There was shit going out of order, and
that's important in Magic. It's like you have to resolve certain things before you move on because it's going to change the way that card plays out, and that could be advantageous or disadvantageous.
Mm-hmm. Well, it just got to the point where he was just saying he was doing shit, but the board state had become so convoluted. There's no way
that we could verify.
Yeah, so I was like, well, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
And he'd be like, because of this. I'm like, well, what about this? And it was literally like it was a 10-card rabbit hole that was like, well, this does this and this does this and this does this and this does this. I'm like, I already stopped listening. Like,
yeah. I'm glad you have a great synergy, but at the same time it's like the amount of micromanagement
and this is not a knock on my son.
It's great.
He built it's a cool deck.
Yeah.
What's not cool is sitting down to test a deck and I'm like, bro, I don't even get to play it, man.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't even know if he's gotten to play that deck yet.
That's what I was gonna say.
In his defense,
if he was smoother with the mechanics of the deck, like if he knew the deck better. But you can only know it better by playtesting it or, extensive study. But even then.
So all that being said, if he wants to play it again, I'm going to have. I'm either just going to have like a deck full of counter spells, so I can just go, no, you don't do anything. It's my turn.
Yeah, but then all you have in your hand is counter spells. So it's like.
Maybe there's a way to do it. Like I just get a bunch
creatures
of
with activated abilities,
and target opponent skips his turn.
There's got to be some way. Well, that's the hour and 3-minute mark, so we did it once again. Fuck everybody. Fuck all the haters.
What did you think? Episode 51. We ended talking about Magic the Gathering. When's the last time we talked about Magic the Gathering on the show?
Comment with your answer below. Don't forget to hit that like button. Dom the like. Sub the sub, finish on the bell, leave a sexy little comment down below. Sorry we talked about jorking it with your buddies for a long time.
No, that's good. That's
what they come here for.
The
Get it?
Demographic will really jerk off to that.
Yeah.
The spreadsheets show the demographic really likes the jorking it talk.
The Demi-Ho-Grabbit? I don't know.
The Demigorgon?
The Demigorgon. Yeah, we got some Demigorgons here in the spreadsheets and
the Demi-Jorkin?
The shareholders and
oh my god! It's the Demi-Jorkin!
Good night, everybody.
I want to run through a field of burning bodies. I want to scream. I want to bathe in the blood of my enemy. So if you think that you're better than me, why don't you just try it and see? I've got nothing to wait for. I've got nothing but hate for you. So why don't you just try it and see?